In addition to all of the schedules, your petition, your credit counsel certificate, you also have to pay your bankruptcy filing fee. And you'll recall when we went to the bankruptcy site, the fee to file a bankruptcy is $335 for Chapter 7. You have to pay that fee also at the time you file your petition, or your petition will be denied. Now, many people who file Chapter 7 do not have $335, in which case you can complete a waiver form. And in order to receive a waiver of the bankruptcy filing fee, you have to demonstrate to the court that your annual income is less than 150% of the poverty level. Now, there is an installment option when you pay your bankruptcy fee, where you can pay a portion of it up front and pay the other portion within 2 weeks of filing. But if it turns out you can't even afford to do that, then the bankruptcy court may grant you a waiver of the filing fee, in which case the filing of your Chapter 7 will be at no cost to you. Now, after you complete the means test, which is the most important place when you start your bankruptcy, because if you can't satisfy that test, numerous problems ensue in terms of trying to be able to satisfy or overcome the presumption of abuse of the code. The next most daunting aspect of a Chapter 7 is the numerous forms you have to complete, which require specificity, accuracy, and honesty. As a result, preparing to file a Chapter 7 can require a lot of homework and sometimes a very feverish search for documents to be able to provide accurate numbers necessary to complete all of these forms. So I usually advise people to start off by ordering their credit report from all 3 credit reporting agencies. These reports together should hopefully list every creditor that you have that has made a report to a credit reporting agency. But you also need to list things that you know are debts that are not listed on your credit report. For example, if you owe a relative money, you need to list that on your forms as well. You also need to list court judgments, if any, which sometimes do not appear on credit reporting forms. And as I'll mention towards the end when we talk about the court denying the discharge, failure to list creditors can be fatal to your discharge. So you want to make sure you list any person that you owe money or you think you may owe money on those forms. There's no harm in listing someone that you may not owe, but not listing someone that you owe can be fatal to your case. In addition to the persons you owe or the entities that you owe, you need to list the source, the amount, and the frequency of your income. And this includes income to which you may have a right to enjoy in the future, but that you may not have at this time. You'll have to list every piece of property you own. I mentioned this, I believe, in the first video, where if you have jewelry or any asset that you choose not to list on the schedules because you think maybe it's not important or it's not really worth anything, and you're discovered later, this can be fatal to your Chapter 7 as well, because everything you write on those schedules is offered to the court under penalty of perjury. And I can assure you the bankruptcy court takes it very seriously. And I can't tell you how many times people have either omitted things accidentally or because they didn't think it was worth mentioning. And this omission or these omissions were later discovered by the trustee. This is a position you do not want to be in when you're asking the court for relief. You'll also have to make a detailed list of all of your monthly living expenses, including food, clothing, shelter, utilities, every penny that you're spending. And that also includes expenditures for medical bills, medicine, or other healthcare expenses.